Good evening, everybody. How's everybody doing this Monday night? Hope you're doing good. I'm doing good, doing fabulous. Doing fabulous. Great day today. As many of you saw, today. Give it a few more minutes for people to join in. Well, as I always tell everybody, I'm just a laid back old hillbilly with a relaxed tone. I mumble sometimes, I struggle sometimes. But guess what? Today, I wiped a lot of scales out of my eyes. Boom, boom. Kentucky, how you doing? Luke, good to have you here. Enjoy listening to your music. Keep it up. Doing good. Doing great. I learned a lot of things today, and some was good, and some was bad. Number one, when you go out to do live streaming, all you live streamers, pay attention now. Take an umbrella. If it looks like rain, take an umbrella. Boy, howdy. Mistake number one. Mistake number two, don't try to walk the entire length of Orlando to avoid a higher parking charge. It ain't worth it. I tell you. If people watch me, they can learn what not to do as a live streamer. Because Murphy's Law tells you, if it's going to happen, it's going to happen to Carrie. It's going to happen to me. And you can watch it while it goes down. Say, boy, howdy, don't follow his lead. Yeah, I made it, Matt. We had a good time. I had a good time. Even I did not make it to the actual rally. I made it to the rally point, and it started pouring down the rain, and everybody started walking towards town. And I went 10 blocks out of my way, hard-headed, not watching the GPS, thinking I knew where I was going. I was one street over, 10 blocks down the whole time. So that's mistake number two. Keep on listening, you'll learn. Keep on listening. Singing in the rain. I was singing in the rain, and you better believe it. I had a good time. But we finally got an Uber, got up there, and I was again 1 block off from where I was supposed to be. How can I do that twice in one day? So I had to watch the pouring down rain for about 45 minutes singing in the rain. Parking garage security was sitting there laughing and joking around with me at times. But yeah, so it looked like more rain coming. So I went around the fire station to the parking garage I was supposed to be at, and stood there, watched a couple trains go by, trying to decide whether I wanted to go to City Hall or whether they would pour down rain, they would cancel it. In the meantime, keeping up with Aruba and her friends and see what was going on. And they were blocking everything. Blocking everything. It was pathetic, the show they put on. And I'll tell you in a few minutes why. I finally realized what is going on. It finally dawned on me what the story was about the whole doggone situation. Anyway, I finally got around to my vehicle, loaded it up. Thought, well, I'll drive around there and blow my horns a few times. And guess what? I got a comment in my comments in my community page. Liberal mom, she says, oh, you drove 2 hours to drive around a honky horn. You better believe it. You better believe it. And had a good time doing it. So guess what? I'm in her head. I know, for sure. I got her head. and loved every minute of it. Do something here. You want to join me? Talk about it. Come on in, because we can sure do it. Get on my page here and pin it to my page. Should have had this done, but I took a little nap and had to wake up a little bit. I was wore out. My legs are sore. My back is hurting. There we go. Pin on the page. Okay. Come down. Come on down. Hey, you all. Yeah, I say that too. That's what I say. I got in her head. Hey, don't tell my name. That you know why she did that, because she didn't want nobody knowing my name, who I was. And believe me, they were trying to catch up with me, get my tag, and they were taking pictures all over the place. I figured I better not. I'd already been around once, a short one with a short blast. So then I went 2 more times, which was actually 3. I was about to go on the 4th one. I said, "You better not, Carrie. You better not. You well enough. Something probably happened anyway. So what, you know." But anyway, I went by blowing my horns, and they were shaking their fist at me and taking pictures, and Ruba's hollering, "Larry, Larry, Larry, Larry." And I'm hollering freedom, and they're hollering freedom, but there was no freedom there for them. They weren't looking for freedom. They're not looking for their rights at all. This is the one clear picture I got out of this whole doggone deal today. It was one big setup. You got what I said. It was one big setup. All the umbrellas, all the rainbows, all bought and paid for, all the so-called security bought and paid for. It was a show. It was a show. Yes, they want our children. And see on my Carrie's Music on Facebook. Hey, how you doing?
Yeah, no, sorry about that. I'm just going through receipts. Yeah, sorry, I know. Whoops, I hear an echo. Yeah, I was watching and driving. I was watching and driving you at the same time. No, I'm coming in dark. But you brought up that one chick, that liberal moms or whatever. I thought liberals weren't moms. I thought they were for infanticide. So I didn't realize that liberals could be moms, because I thought moms were for abortion for everyone. So isn't that kind of an oxymoron? Because if you're a liberal, what are you doing? What are you doing as a mom? That goes against narrative. So you can't be a mom if you're a liberal. It's infanticide for everyone on demand at any time. So, yeah.
Well, some of them want kids, but they don't want other people to have kids.
Well, if you look at that chick's name, it says liberal moms. I said, if you're a mom, you would have aborted that thing. I mean, to be honest with you, I really don't want liberal females to reproduce anyway. I mean, I wouldn't mind it if all their tubes were tied. I mean, that'd be fine. Have all the male liberals have them all vasectomied. I mean, that's fine.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, they have no business having kids. I mean, they'd wind up ugly anyway. So that's just me. Sorry.
Everything today was bought and paid for by the liberal
by Soros.
Party.
By Soros.
Yeah, whoever. It was paid. It was bought and paid for, because these people did not know what they were there for.
How many people there, Carrie, you think are actually live in that state?
Live in the state?
No, think about it. Nobody there at Cop City when they insurrected them. Remember that, or Cop City outside of Atlanta? Nobody there arrested who's actually from Georgia, or actually living in Georgia.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So they all get busted. Yeah.
Being Orlando, there was a good chance, maybe 20 to 50.
Yeah.
But I was wondering. They follow us. Why don't we follow them? Find out where they go to when they get out of these things.
That's what I want to do. Yeah, start
Have
doxing.
people have people been nowhere near there, that they haven't seen to go out and check and
Yeah.
see where they go
Yeah.
when they
My
leave there.
advice, my advice is if they found any tailpipes with the buses, to stick bananas in them. Um, that's just one way of looking at it. You could do that.
That's one way. That's
That's
one way.
something. Yeah, I
I
watched.
really.
Yeah. Mhm.
Go ahead.
No, I said I was watching and driving at the same time, so I couldn't watch because I know you and Aruba weren't there together, but at the same event.
Uh-huh.
But I was watching a little bit of it or whatever. And yeah, because I mean, if that liberal moms was there or whatever, she would have been blocked. Because I mean,
Right.
to me, it's all about I mean, I don't allow well, at least when I used to live stream, I don't anymore. But if I were to live stream again, I wouldn't let people like that have a voice or a microphone because I want it. I
No.
know it sounds like an echo chamber, but it's just I'm in it for people without getting disturbed or bothered when they're in my chat. So, you know, oops.
So they know who I am. They know who I am. So
Mm-mm.
because she made it apparent right there. You know,
Yes.
she made it apparent that I wasted 2 hours to blow my horn. I do a lot of things 2 hours to do. But
Well,
I
I don't know
enjoy
what
every
she
minute of
does or whatever. She's a part of that Teleco crowd or that I call them the enemy because that's what they are, and those people have no place in any of our chats. Um, because what is it? I know there's a lot of other usernames there too, but she likes to stick her nose in businesses of where she need not be, and she was probably trying to start. I was ready to swear. Ready to stir stuff up there with you, for no apparent reason. She doesn't know you. You don't
right.
know her either. So it's just like these
Not at
people
all.
know nothing about how to leave us alone. That's the problem. And the hardest part about business is minding your own. And when you don't know how to mind your own business, you land yourself in a very, very a sticky situation of where, well, if it's going to be with someone like me, you'll regret it, and I'll make sure to humiliate you for doing so. So that's just me, though. You know,
Hmm.
that's just how I roll. But no, I've seen this is before I was a wrench on your channel. Was that there were some people who I guess I think maybe this might have happened at the auction you did, that there were some brown nosers in there looking to report back to their the channels where they're from. So I mean that's what it means to be a troll, is that they're there to lurk. They're probably
Right.
lurking us right now, which is fine. Uh, so yeah, they go into people like Tommy Temper, who is bipartisan for the most part, or pretty much nonpartisan, and they
Uh-huh.
stir stuff up there, and they look to ruin his chat room for that reason. I was there, I think, over the weekend, and for just a bunch of people who are looking to see what was going on, their whole role there is basically to stir stuff up and to take chats like yours down. So
Hmm.
those people have no place. But no, was there anyone else besides liberal moms or anyone else who was looking to stir crap up, or was she the only chick or broad or whatever?
That's the only one saw. I
Yeah,
haven't even been able to go through my live chat because it hasn't come up yet.
yeah, I got
I
you.
don't understand. I don't understand YouTube. Some people's comes right up. And mine takes 2 days for the live chat will show up.
Yeah.
It's crazy. But yeah, I haven't checked.
Yeah, I'm starting to experiment because I'm wondering if at some point I get 100 subscribers on my Rumble channel, which is nowhere near. But I could start live streaming from there. I could try it. I could try it just for fun, or Twitch instead of YouTube, because if I'm always looking over my shoulder about what I say, what I can't say, if I'm worried about it taken down, that totally takes away from the freedom aspect. So
Right.
there's besides Rumble, I've looked into. I attended one of their summit events when my producer was in town. It's called Minds, Minds. I do have an account there. I don't have all that much. It's just like a news feed. It's just like a Twitter wannabe. But they do.
Mm-hmm.
I did a shorts on it, and they do allow video uploads. I'll see how that goes. I got about a couple subs since signing up or whatever, which is cool. So I'll let you
Yeah,
know how that
I
go, if anything. Yeah.
got a couple
So.
places like that.
Mm,
Rumble, it took me about an hour to set it up, and I don't think
mm,
that I don't think it finished up. I haven't
mm,
checked the end, but I know somewhere towards the end it says one of your destinations have failed, and it was Rumble.
yeah.
So whether
Mm,
it was cut off on purpose or whatever, I don't know.
sure. Mm,
You're
I got you.
that's the way I look at it. That's
Don't
the way
mind
I
me. I'm
look
just
at it,
fiddling
Matt.
around with.
That's
Yeah. Yeah. Just
that's
fiddling around
exactly
with paperwork.
the way I feel about it.
Mm,
And
shucks.
it's like Aruba was trying to talk to them, tell them we're for your freedoms just as much as we are for our freedoms. We just don't want our children involved, and they wouldn't even talk to her. So then
Mm,
when I went around for the second time, I was going to park in the garage behind the city hall and go down there, but her partner told me no, they're loaded for bear on you. I wouldn't come back around. I wouldn't come back. So I didn't. I took the warning, or I would have
yeah.
been there. I would have been there right along
That's.
beside them,
Mm,
and they were looking. They this it's coming up. It's coming up quick. The boats and everything. They've got to start something somehow. They've got to get out there. And with this tranny thing, they just involved the trannies in it and made it LB rainbow
GBT.
color.
Yeah.
Yeah, they made it a rainbow color to get it out there and get people to see it. They want to
Mm,
start the division. They want to get going, and that's what we got to stop it. We got to get out there. We got to let people know that we're not against their lifestyle. We're against what they're doing to our children. Trying to, you teach a child in the way to go, and there he'll go that way all the time. They're trying to get them first before we teach them as parents, because a lot of parents are lacking in that. They don't
oops. I put
teach
myself on
their
mute.
children right. They let them
Okay. I'm
learn
looking
on
at my
their
phone.
own. Another big mistake we make,
Mm,
and it's just pure pathetic, what they're trying to do. They are trying they would not let Aruba see anything. That's why they told me not to park, not to come in, that it was useless. They wouldn't talk, they wouldn't say anything. So they knew we were there. By me blowing the horn and going around there 4 times, they knew we were there.
mm,
And I took my flags off when I parked into my car. But when I got back in the car, I put my flags back up and I drove around there. And I drove around loud and proud. Like Kentucky would say, boom, boom, honk, honk, and hollering
yeah.
freedom the whole way. And
That's good.
there was a couple of news. There was a couple of news stations there. I know Channel 2 was, but I didn't get to watch it because, boy, the back of my legs are so sore. And, oh, yeah, I'm,
I would have trolled the
I'm
news.
stiff
What
on.
was the news there for?
They were, uh, they were reporting on it. It was,
Yeah.
it's liberal, so that it's okay with them. It's okay. But
I
yeah,
would have
I'm
talked
really
to one of the reporters and said, "Would you send your kids here?"
right.
That's what I would have done.
But I wasn't.
That's
I
just
wasn't. I wasn't out there. I would have. That's what I did the last one. I went and talked to the reporters. She talked to me a little bit. The girl from Channel 2, the last time she talked at the pro abortion rally,
yeah.
she talked to me about it a little bit, but they cut it out when they cut my speed, so I didn't have it. But she wouldn't tell her thoughts on it, but you could tell she wasn't really impressed.
No, it's not
I don't
about
know
her
whether the
thoughts
same
or
girl.
whatever. I don't care about no reporter's thoughts. I care about my message getting out there to
what they're
whoever's, you know.
what they're reporting, right?
No, I don't
Right.
care about no reporter. I mean, the reporter's just a mouthpiece.
That's what I said. That's what I told her the last time. I said, I'm out here for everybody's freedom. And abortion's totally murder, totally murder. But it shouldn't be in the government's hand. It should be in the state's hand to govern the butchers and the people that perform the acts, make sure they do it safely, and to the ones that do get it. But abortions between thank you, Carol. I can sure use it. I'm $8 minus. That's all I'm going to say. $8 minus. I got 10 hours to get it in my bank. But I see how all these live streamers are striving to get the message out to everybody. They're trying to get everything out to everybody, paying all the expenses and everything. And no, there's no cooperation in views or anything. What are we got to do to wake up this country? What do we got to say? Or I might have to stand in the corner and do the broadcast on my head or something. Can't find flag. Hey.
If I ever had the free time, I would protest Balenciaga at the shopping mall or like the high-end malls or whatever. It's bad enough that they make the material out of sweatshops with underage minors, forced labor. Now they sexploit these kids as models. You saw that stuff? That was terrible.
They do, and secondly, they get all the minerals and stuff in Africa by slave labor, by child labor, and we're buying them left and right. And right. And there's no recycling of them. And I guess everybody saw in New York City where the garage fell because of the electric cars parked in the parking garage, too heavy.
Yeah.
We're going crazy. We're just going to play nuts. It's pure and simple. We've gone nuts. But today was a big, big political act. And that the liberals went gung-ho on it. And did it to look good. Not particularly a rally per se. I didn't see anything or hear anything, that would make me want to go to their side. You know what I'm saying? Except for them keeping everybody out. If you had a cell phone, you didn't get up there near there. So everybody has cell phones, so they must have kept everybody out of there. Everybody.
Would they not want people to see? Is it just it's messed up?
I just don't know. It's a big mystery. What's going on trying to prove? And I say the elections are coming up and they're going to start their crap and they don't want any opportunity to go to waste. And they had the opportunity and they took it and they ran with it. It's a shame it wasn't a better day. We could have had a good time. Good time there. But you got the stuff up in the Carolinas with Buffalo Man. They found a way to get him off, but try to get him off of the case by their restraining orders and stuff. We need help.
You talk about that. Country. You talk about that church or whatever. I've heard of the guy. I've never met him. You talk about the church. You talk about the church.
The church where the pastor was a pedophile and went after a underage minor online, got busted, got let out because he was a minister and owned all the rock churches in the world. Yeah, plus the judges probably too. Yeah. Oh, they got the money. They had the money to do what they needed. And
they got a restraining order on him. I thought he was on a public sidewalk. How'd they get a restraining order?
They said that he was following them by electronics and stuff, a bunch of different reasons.
You could say that about anything. Yeah.
They come up with said that he was bugging their Starlink and all kinds of things. So he can't go within 900 yards.
Yeah, Nikki Babbitt needs to do that at the Vigil. If you ask me. Surprised she hasn't pulled that trigger, or hasn't up to this point.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's getting pathetic what we're going through and what we're hearing and what we're seeing, and people just don't believe it. I don't understand, don't believe what they see. And they are seeing it, but they're afraid to react. They're afraid somebody might say something against them. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, I set up Rumble. I set up my picture to go in when I start in, because you have to have that motion picture, the MP4 to start it up. You have to type your title in and everything. Then you got to copy and paste your RTMP or whatever it is, and your stream key. Yeah, a lot of, and then it got out about 3 through, I think. But I will definitely keep it checked out. I'm just wondering, if I go on Rumble and I say things that might get me in trouble, will they send the law after you or what?
Nah, they'll just take the video down.
I haven't heard anybody say, if you say something, like
they don't
or
no, Rumble allows that.
Whatever.
Rumble allows that. Oops, my thingy fell down. Oh, there we go. I'm back. All right. Oops. There we go. I know I'm a little
You're
tilted.
exactly right, Bates. That's exactly what it is. Everybody's afraid of the cancel culture and afraid to speak up, afraid to speak their mind, afraid to speak the truth. But not everybody's live streaming. You can talk to your friends, your neighbors. You can talk about. I wish I had a way to keep my audio or video going all the time, because some of the conversations I get into, I think, man, I wish I'd have got that. Because just talking to regular people, come up with some good stuff, good information. We don't talk to our friends and neighbors like we should. We don't talk to people either. We just don't do it. And I don't know why. We should be mad as heck and not take it anymore.
Everyone's on their phones. That's why.
Yeah, they're doing something else. And the things that are going on their phone is just as bad, really. Just as bad. See what was going on these phones. Who knows? And they had the I can't never get to the title of the Mac, whatever they call the group, the minorities that they want minorities to be able to have sex. Hi, Aruba. What is the name of that group that the flags were there, Aruba? You need to come on and tell your experience. You were there. Library maps. And that stands for
Mothers Against Pedophiles? Sounds about right.
No. Minor attracted person, yeah. I get the minor and I get the person. I can't never remember the middle of the attracted.
That's
minor
disgusting.
Attracted person.
That's
They're trying to
pedophilia.
make it law in California. And once they do that and they get man boy, uh, we're dead in the country's dead in the water if we get that. I mean, and they're striving for it. They're striving big time. We can't wake people up enough.
No, 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 no. The country's already to hell in a handbasket. It's a matter of fighting back against Sacramento. That's the problem.
Right. That's Sacramento, the whole United States, the whole country is trying to get that way.
No, no, no.
And people
Sacramento's a
just don't
cesspool
believe
that's
it.
ruined that whole state. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah, we could forget California. But the problem is, it spreads from California. As people leave, but then they bring their habits with them. They don't leave it behind. I don't
need
understand
to.
why you would leave something and then want to carry it with you. I just don't understand it. So maybe it's something they got in the water there. And they have their water restrictions and
no, they get it from the Colorado, if I'm not mistaken. So
yeah, they pipe it in. Pipe it in and conserve theirs. But there's all kinds of things that we just look at it and talk about it, get people to understand what's going on. What's going on out there. It's a dreadful situation. Dreadful. And I hate that my grandkids have to grow up in it, and great grandkids. It just, it's pathetic. So, Ruba, is your phone working okay since it got wet?
No.
I noticed you went off right at the toll booth when you got home. She got soaked. Her and her partner. I said, you should have grabbed all those umbrellas there, and they couldn't get an umbrella. Hey, let us join you. And grab one of the umbrellas. I couldn't call her because the phone I was videoing with is the only one I had her number on. And I knew I couldn't email her, that she wouldn't find it by email. So, but she probably wouldn't be able to answer being on the phone. So I tried to go in between. Got it in rice. That's good. That's good. Get all that moisture out of it. For sure. It was a heavy rain. It wasn't no light rain. It was big drops and heavy.
That sucks.
Big time rain. And I didn't know they were still walking. I probably could have maybe caught up with them. But the lack of, it was kind of hard to go, get the message going between streams. Carol Burton, she helped me a lot, and Charlene, they helped me keep in touch with them, know what's going on. But I did get a couple good Sunrail trains come by, and one with a good loud horn. I think I'm going to use it on some of my videos. The train horn he had on that thing. Oh, it was awesome. You go back through, just watch for those trains going by.
Yeah.
Something else. And we got some good pictures of walking down Old Town streets, which was kind of deserted for a Monday, a work day.
Probably because of the rain, huh?
Could be. Everybody was staying in because of the rain forecast. But when I got there, it didn't even look like, too much like rain. But it moved in fast. I love doing the drive-by Aruba. I loved it. I got in their heads. Got in their heads. I was telling everybody earlier. I got a message in my community section that I spent 2 hours driving there and back, and just drove around, blew my horn. And but I got in their heads, and that's what I wanted to do. I want them to remember, you know, look on back on it and remember. And I just, like I was saying, I just can't understand why they can't carry out a civil conversation. The one guy giving you two options sound like a third grader. He had to have explanations in between a third grader and a college professor. A third grader trying to talk like a college professor. It was unreal. I didn't understand his question at all. Period. You're exactly right, Matt. That's whoop. I put the wrong one up. That's good too. Yeah, I'll give her heck next time for sure. I think they're beginning to know who we are because there was nothing said on who I was and about me driving the horn. So she must have watched the feed. Probably watching this feed. This she can come in here and talk to me too, just like everybody else. I'd love to have a conversation. Love to find out why they feel that way, why they think they're being infringed on, why they don't have the liberty to do what they want.
No, I don't want to talk to them.
I mean,
I'm not saying that to be a spoiled brat or to run your channel. It's just they don't want to be talked to. They want to bitch at you,
no,
and yeah.
That's what all they know how to do is cuss and fume, call you names.
Yeah.
You can't carry on a civil. They can't carry on a civil conversation. They might start out.
Well, first off, they're unintelligible and they're just immature. So the whole part, I mean, they're not welcome onto my channel, my lives, even though I don't stream no more. But it's just that I always try to keep an open mind, but to be honest, they take advantage of that and spit in your face for it. So it's just that, I've tried to extend the olive branch before. That was a mistake. So with those people though, and they don't want to be talked to. They don't want to talk.
So
Unfortunately.
Why did you stop live streaming?
No, I'm pretty much done with it. I'm bored. It's just
bored.
Yeah, I've got nothing to live stream anymore. Yeah.
You did good in Texas taking over for Jeff.
Oh, thank you.
Real good.
Yeah, real good. He was cool coming by. Yeah, that's my executive producer. So, yeah, I don't have an agent. I have an executive producer though. So
executive producer.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I need. But they won't. I don't think most people could. They probably wouldn't want to keep up with me.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I would love to debate them because you're right that they can't debate. All they can do is start for a couple of minutes, maybe say a couple of sentences, and when they run out of ammunition, start cutting you.
Not even.
Yeah,
Not
Matt,
even.
Aruba has the.
Does she want to come on and say her side of the story and tell her at least just come on? To at least
I think
talk about
her phone's in the right, so she's probably on a tablet or something.
Well, she could still come on the tablet.
True. That's right. Yeah, because it'll take anything. Everybody, if you haven't checked out Aruba's channel, I'm sure all 6 in here have probably been there. If you haven't, check it out, subscribe. Got a fantastic channel. To Orlando every day and talk about everything from politics to the weather to freedom. It's Aruba dive girl, just like her name, Matt. Let me see. See if I can get it up. I don't know why. As many times as you use YouTube on certain people, you still have to go to the bottom of the list. It don't put them in order of your preference, you know. You gotta search high and low. Oh, great. Oh, great. Well, let's do it this way. Matt, that is Aruba's page right there. Anybody else want to put your page up here? Go ahead and put your page. Get your name out there. Tommy Temper's out there listening. Put these pages out there. Tommy Temper is great. He does a lot for us that a lot of people don't even appreciate, really. He's
is he restreaming us right now?
I don't know. I haven't checked whether he's on or not. I usually don't check when I'm because I'm not at my laptop. Okay. On here.
I used to have a laptop. Yeah. I forget what I ever use a laptop for anymore. I'm just.
Well, I had my no. Tommy's not on. He's online, but he's not broadcasting.
Yeah.
I don't think. Sometimes it don't show it either.
Nah, there was one time he had me on the main screen and I got troll rated. So.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, he finished about an hour ago. Oh, I just saw Ruben's feed on his Ruben's feed showing on his stream 4 hours ago. all the umbrellas flapping in her face.
Oh my God.
There is another. Oh boy. I'm getting too old for this. Yeah, I know he was carrying me too. I saw it. I saw it on there when he had me on there. For what little bit I could watch, I saw it on there. Tommy is great. He's fantastic, and he tries to help us as he can. So if y'all aren't number 12 and like, how you doing, Gary? Good to have you here. Oh, here we go. Here's a special guest. Good evening. Uh-oh.
Hey there.
Hey. You all took off.
Well, he sure did.
Where he went? Come back, you all. He must have pushed the wrong button.
Maybe I kicked him off.
And We the People 75. If you haven't gone to his page, just type it in the way you see it. We the People 75. A good trucking page, and he helps all the streamers out too. Helped me a ton.
Yeah, he's a good guy. But yes, it was quite some day, Carrie.
Yeah, it was. If anything had happened, it happened today.
Well, see, you got the show rolling until I could get there. See, that's what you did.
I can't believe I walked.
Go ahead. You can't believe what?
I can't believe I walked past the park, but I was one street over, and I walked right past it there at the
Oh
TD
goodness.
Financial. Walked right past it.
It's a
If Joe
big
had,
lake.
oh yeah, it's huge.
Yeah.
But I forgot that Pine bypassed it, and I should have got on Central. But come on back
The,
in. So what was your take out of it? How did you see it? Did you see it as rigged?
I think almost staged the whole thing. I not at the beginning. I didn't feel that way, but it was quite organized. I feel it was maybe some outside influence there because when I was standing there just live streaming before the rain started pouring in the park, when you were when they were trying to get me to find you, they had Antifa was standing behind me, Antifa was standing in front of me, like I was a danger to them, you know, seriously.
Right.
But no, and then just during the whole thing, once we walked to the city hall, and just how they had the little I'll be nice, the girl in charge of the umbrellas. She was in charge of the umbrellas, and she would come and say, "Okay, now you switch with so and so. Okay, you go over there. You switch with so and so." I mean, it was me and my fellow patriot. There was one man, one woman there, and we had all of them on us because they were. I guess I don't know what they were afraid we were going to do.
I don't know. They sure
I
outnumbered
mean,
everybody.
I never said a word. I never said anything. They come up to us. The one guy did in the park and called. Very first words out of his mouth was racist. You racist, Nazi, fascist,
Right.
and that's all they can spew.
And they can't tell you what it is, what it means.
No, I gave them opportunity several times to talk if they wanted to, if they wanted to say something, tell me why they felt they needed to walk and you know to say their side, what the trans rights had been taken away from them or was going to be stopped or whatever. You know, what did DeSantis do that they're so upset with him about? But no one wanted to speak about that.
I heard all that. I couldn't answer the first question.
No,
Nobody
wanted
answer,
to.
did you?
No.
It's pathetic. It's pathetic.
Yeah. Well, come back on you, Hall. Don't push the wrong button.
Come back, you Hall. Hi, Chaplain. I didn't get to say hello,
but there was, you know what, God was with me because I didn't feel intimidated one time. Antifa was surrounding me several times, and I was not the least bit afraid.
Right.
Never once.
I started to park and go around there, but your partner told me no certain terms you go.
No, it was perfect the way it went down because I'm telling you, when you pulled up there, when those girls, I said to my person, I don't want to say his real name. I said, there's Carrie. And they thought I said Gary. And they go, Gary. And so I just let them think you were Gary. And then the next time you came back, for some reason, they go, it's Larry. There's Larry. So I said, yeah, it's Larry. I said, let's go, Larry.
Larry.
So they all thought you were Larry.
I loved it. It was like I was playing a part in a movie or something. You know?
Yeah, it was perfect.
I had a good time doing it, and then watching their faces in the crowd. You know, watching them. You could turn. You know, they get away from their umbrella. You could see them. You know.
Yeah, it was just sad, you know, that for sure the one guy there with the bicycle that they called Joker, Apparently he's from DC, and he has I believe, a warrant for his arrest in Hillsborough County for trying to choke a minister or something at a rally. That's why I think that, I don't know, none of them might have been locals. I don't know. It was just very well organized with the umbrellas.
Right.
And just very,
a lot of
at
money.
one, yeah. And at one point there were 10 of them lined up between their crowd and me. So 10 of them in a straight line. And then I had like 5 circling me. I guess they were afraid that I don't know what they thought I was going to do. I don't know. But not one police officer. There was not one police officer in the park. There was not one police officer during the walk. There was not one police officer at the city park. I mean, at the city hall. None. When I went to the abortion walk, there was 50 or 60 cops there. Now tell me what was different about today.
They were all over.
No cops.
They were all over. They must have made some kind of agreement. They must have made some kind of agreement, that it was, that they wouldn't do anything. I don't know.
No, I don't know either.
But there were cops parked all the way down through, different places. They were like pulled in, backed in, sitting around.
Right.
I guess just in case.
When they were harassed.
But none there. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, when they were harassing me, there was no cops. And when they did finally come, there were 2 of them, and they in City Hall and watched through the window.
Yeah.
It was very sad.
I saw that too. No cops, and at the abortion rally, they were on our side. They told us we could stay there, and we just couldn't go anywhere near City Hall off the sidewalks and stuff.
Well, it was just very odd that there was not one cop around. You would think, especially with Antifa there. I mean, there was a lot of Antifa there.
There was, yeah. I when I come to the park, when it started raining, there was about 15 to 20 come up towards me. I pointed my camera towards the fountain, and of course I wasn't wearing anything that extinguished, anything. But an old man taking pictures, and they just walked on by. They kind of looked at me funny,
Right. But if you would have been there at City Hall, they would have intimidated you. They probably would have come up on you trying to get close enough to push you so you would fall. And I didn't want you to take any chances of falling or them hurting you in some way, because they would have bullied you.
Yeah. Oh, I've been there before.
No, I know you have. I just didn't. It worked out. God took you out of that scene and let you do the drive-by, which I thought was priceless, Larry.
Larry, yeah, Larry did a good job. Yep,
he sure did. Yep.
I tell you what, I don't know. It tickles me. It was so funny, especially seeing the looks on their faces when they were trying to get pictures, and I'd wave to them.
No. Now, did you get in the Uber before the rain started, or did you get all wet?
No, I was across the street from the TD Financial, so I got up there just as it started sprinkling, and the Uber got there not too much long after that, and got me, and just going out to the street and getting in the cars, all I got wet.
Okay, all right, that's good, because it was pouring.
I know, it was like big rain. I mean, it was.
I can't even explain to you how raining. It was awful.
It was. I didn't know y'all were walking until later. When I got up there to the parking garage, they said y'all were walking they told me the courthouse. I said, ain't nothing at the courthouse. Why are they going to the courthouse? And I kept saying the courthouse, and they said they're going to the courthouse. I said City Hall. They said courthouse. So I just stayed where I was. I wasn't about to go, to the courthouse, which is all
Right.
the way back near the park. Well, no
Yeah,
way I was going to do that.
hopefully I didn't say courthouse in my live, because I definitely knew it was City Hall, because that's where we were for the abortion walk. But
Uh-huh.
it was just sad, and it was just I well, I didn't even think about the map flags until the end, when the one person that had been standing over beside of us for the longest time by herself or himself,
Uh-huh.
I'm not. Um,
Not sure which.
well, no, one of those I wasn't sure. I didn't really think too much about it. But then they said
Right.
something. Then they said something as they were leaving. They said something to us, and then as they walked off, I'm like, he, I'm not sure which, had a flag wrapped around him, and I'm like, oh my God, that's a map. Oh, couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
Totally disgusting. And then just a short time after that, then I saw a smaller one. I'm like, you know, you can be what you want to be, but when you're brazen enough to carry a map flag, you are just horrible.
Yeah. Well, the United Nations is trying to get the age lowered back to whatever, Somebody said 14, but I don't know.
Well, there's some sick
They're
people.
they're, they're pushing for that, and you know where Biden's going to go with that. Yeah, 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 yeah. So
Mm.
we're in for a long haul. We're in for some trying times, and they're trying to teach our children that we're stupid. We don't know what we're talking about, so they won't go in our ways. But I say, parents, keep teaching your children the way they should be taught. Keep teaching them right and wrong, because they'll listen to their parents if
Yeah.
they trust them. If they're good parents that trust them, they'll listen. They won't have problems listening to the teachers and stuff.
Did you catch the
But this thing
woman that
where
came up at the end, Carrie?
when a woman coming, oh yeah, that was talking to you from somewhere in the
Washington?
purple top, yeah,
Yeah, did you hear
maroon
what she
top.
said about her kids?
Not really. I didn't catch what she was talking about. I know she was talking about her children, but
We thought she was coming up to, just to bend our ear, because she,
uh,
you, she was one of them. And she actually was from Washington State, and she said she's happened to just be passing by, um, and she saw the rally, and she came over, but she said, I'm with you guys. She goes, I am so sick of this stuff. She goes, the schools have ruined my two children. From the age they were 4, they've tried to make them use pronouns. Now her daughter's 12, and her daughter's all messed up now because she goes by they. And, so they are going after the kids. And
they are most definitely.
she wanted to thank us for standing up, because she doesn't agree with those at the rally.
Yep, and we think we just have to watch them. No, we had to watch our. We had to train our children and teach them right, and have them trust us. In what
Yeah,
we
like
say
I
is
said,
right.
I was a tomboy. I was a big tomboy. Grew up in the country. I was a tomboy all my life, you know. But then, I grew up, and then I stopped being a tomboy. So, I mean, it's
Mhm.
people just go through that.
I don't think there's anybody in the world that has ever thought, what would it be like if I was the other sex? It's basically probably gone through everyone's head, but you don't dwell on it and think, that well, I must be something else. You know what I'm saying? Or did I put it wrong? Are you there?
Yeah, no, I had
Hello.
somebody that listened to my live today that's not happy with me. They think I acted
Uh-huh.
out of place, and that I attacked their beliefs. And she had just sent a message back. I was just reading it.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah.
Yeah, I think somebody at one time in their life they wonder what it would be like if he was the other sex. It goes to everybody's mind, but we can't dwell on it and think we just because you saw it once or twice maybe. Hopefully I get it. I said it right.
Well, this world has just become upside down. Everything is just upside down, and I'm just over it. I don't care
Uh-huh.
what you do. I don't care what you do in the privacy of your home, who you want to be or dress up to be or act like. That's completely up to you. But you're crossing the line when you come after the kids. You have to be
Mm-hmm.
old enough to vote, to drive a car, to buy cigarettes, to buy alcohol, to be any age to be able to change your sex. It doesn't make any sense.
You can go to school and change it whenever without without the permission of the parents.
Yeah, because
Crazy.
Washington State's getting ready to do that. They're going to. I forget how it's worded, but if they something about they'll protect the child, like if the child runs away to get their sex to have a sex change, that they'll like help keep the child away from the parents. So that's like
Mm-hmm.
assisting that. Yeah.
Right. It's pathetic what they're doing. Not even as a kid, Chaplain. I'm just saying thought. I'm not saying dwelling. I think everybody has wondered. I'm not saying think they were. No, not even that.
No, I never ever thought, oh, it would be nice to be a boy. I was a tomboy, but I was still a girl. You know,
No. Well, yeah, that's the way I was. That's why I was a boy. I
and
was saying the
guys
black.
have played with Barbie dolls, I'm sure, but that didn't make them want to be a girl.
Right, right. Maybe that's what I'm, trying to equate. Because kids play with boys play with dolls and girls play with cars, and you know,
Yeah,
it doesn't
yeah.
make them any more like. Maybe that's what how I'm trying to say it.
Well,
uh,
they don't see them as boys and girls toys. They just see them as toys. So they don't see anything wrong from a child's
don't say
eyes.
wrong. No.
They don't see anything wrong with playing with a doll. Where we've got it labeled, a doll is a girl's toy, and a truck or a
Mm,
car is a boy's toy. Which,
it's it's the grown up thing.
yeah,
It's a grown up thing. Yeah,
so
it's we have we've run so far from God that people forget what it's supposed to be all about. It's sad the direction we're going because we turned our backs.
yeah, yeah.
It's really sad.
Well, they first went after
No.
God. They took God out of everything, and then but that was the setup. Get rid of God,
Right.
and then they'll come after everything else.
And evil prevails. No God, evil prevails because there's nothing left but good and evil. Nothing left.
Yeah.
And they are playing it to the hilt. And they're taking the ball and running with it, and we're not stopping it for some reason or other.
Well, Satan's just coming after us all. I'm not sure why
Mm-hmm.
we have that echo. I don't think it's me. Um, but
No,
Satan's
I
coming
don't hear
after
it.
us. Oh, I hear an echo on
Yeah,
my
he
end.
is. I think we got in the middle of both of them. the Lord and Satan fighting each other today.
Yeah. No,
I think
absolutely.
we got right in the middle of it.
Oh, it was a battle. Yeah, for sure.
Mm,
For sure.
mm.
Um,
I was thinking that big time. 'Cause the way things just happened, is just weird, weird. I'm thinking,
it was,
am I
yeah, it
really
was
this
a,
bad?
yeah, it was very, when I did the abortion walk, it was just so different from that, I just can't even explain it, but it was just, I don't know. It was just a different kind of feeling, even though those, they're all for killing babies. This was just a different vibe today. Just very,
It was totally different.
yeah, it's just, I find it hard to wrap it around my head that there's so many people that's suffering from mental, and I don't want to say that they're like mental, but there's something that's not right in their brain. And is it something
Right,
that, just like depression, your serotonin level's not right? Is it something that's just simple that could be fixed? But it makes
right.
them think that I've got to do this. I don't know.
Uh-huh. Because it persists. I guess it persists on them, and they keep thinking the same thing.
Well, I think I
I'm,
was
I'm,
watching a documentary this morning on detransitioning, people that's transitioned over and they are not happy, so they're going back to their original sex. And
uh-huh.
it's quite interesting to hear them talk, because they said, even though I changed, I still had the same problems. So
Right.
changing the body didn't fix what was in the head. They still thought and
No.
felt the same way, that whatever their reasons were. So that's very sad, to make them think, well, if you change your body, then your head will be fixed, and it's not true.
They need. I thought they had to go through a psychological thing when they had it done, but maybe they got away from that. I don't
I
know,
don't
but
I don't think
but
so. What
still,
the guy said this morning is like going to the car dealership. They just say, sign the paperwork.
right? Yeah, it's a big business now.
Yeah,
More money, more money
yeah,
for the doctor that will do it. Yeah, you were talking about that this morning when talking about Lorena Bobbitt.
yeah, yeah. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's a sad situation now, with all the testosterone and all the medicines that they're taking. They're having all these problems. Like, the one was a 19-year-old with osteoporosis,
Uh-huh.
because it affects the bones. It thins out the
Um,
bones. So
mhm.
they just have no idea what these drugs do to them.
No, no, not at all. It's just like all the other type of stuff they give it to us every time we go to the doctor, and all the precautions and the side effects is worse than the disease itself or whatever.
Yeah, well, look what someone in my chat said it last night, this morning. I don't know. I don't remember. But like, for a gastric bypass, maybe it was tonight. Gastric bypass, all you have to go through to just get approved for a gastric bypass surgery. But they can do top
Right.
and bottom surgery on these kids, and there's nothing, you know.
It it's bad. It's the double standard, I guess.
Yeah, yeah, it's just sad, you know.
Yeah, Kaplan said a mouthful there. The reassignment surgery is big money maker for the medical profession, like abortion, which is true. They're making a ton of money off abortion with the fetus and the lab body parts and DNA and you name it.
Well, it's just like, they have cures for cancer and a lot of diseases, but there's no money in it. So why would they
No
share
money.
that?
Right. Right. And some of it's very simple,
Yeah.
from what I hear. Some of it's very simple. Very simple cures would probably cure just about everybody.
Yeah, but if we had cures, then there would be no money.
No money.
Yep.
And you wonder, yeah, looking back, you wonder if it wasn't, made to be that way, to be a population control. I don't
There's a
know.
good possibility of that for sure.
A lot of this stuff is turning out to be more or less population control.
Well, think about transgender. That takes care of the population as well.
Wait, right? Because you won't
I'm
have the
not saying anything
children.
bad. Yeah, but a man that becomes a woman can't birth a child.
No,
So right there,
that's what I'm saying.
you're already depopulating. If you turn everybody over or tell them that make them think that they need to transition, then right there cuts down having the babies because no one's going to be able to.
Nobody will be able to. Right, right. And they haven't come up with the answer to that one yet.
Right, but I mean,
they can't.
it's just another way to control the population. Because why else are they pushing it? Why are they pushing it so hard?
It's crazy the things that we hear and they're doing, and it's not conspiracies. It's actual truth, but people just don't believe it for some reason or other. They just don't want to face the facts the way they really are with what's going on and everything. It's ridiculous.
Well,
Ridiculous.
it's hard for people to wrap their heads around what's going on nowadays. It's just crazy.
Uh-huh. It well, yeah, it's mind blowing. It's mind blowing. It's frustrating to sit and watch and try to talk about it, and people just don't get it, or they just pass it off like well, somebody will do something about it. Not me, but somebody will do something about it. Push it off to the next person, and we just can't do that. We all got to stand united, get out there and fight the fight, and let people know what's going on, and try to keep these groups like today in check, so they know we're watching them, and maybe they won't try as much garbage. Who knows? If we get strong enough, they'll be there. They'll be afraid to face us.
Yeah, well, you just got to get more
But
people that's going to speak out.
We're a long way from that point. I was watching DC and Anna Lake today talking about people in Florida dissatisfied because they're not going anywhere. Well, we're here. We're here. We're trying. I know we are, me and you, and Shirlene, and Lala. But it's getting just that first group, getting everybody in sync. That's right. Is that right word, in sync with us to get things going?
Yeah, in sync. Yeah, in sync. Yeah. But
Yeah.
I mean, we're trying, and it's not that, it wasn't like we were there against the trans. I mean, I honestly wasn't there to be there against them.
I wasn't either.
If they would have been willing to speak, I would have been their voice. I would have let them talk to me and tell me why they're upset, but they didn't want that opportunity.
No, not at all. Not at all. And that's every time you confront somebody like that, it's the same way, because they're molded that way. They don't really know what to. They don't think about it. I guess I don't know. They don't see what will happen in the long run. They don't think it all the way through. It's fun. Let's do it.
Yeah, and again, I think
I don't know.
most or all of them were I won't say I don't know. It just was too. I don't know. Just the things that I saw, it was too well oiled. You know what I'm saying? For all these random people to just come together.
Too orchestrated.
Yeah.
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 That's what I thought. That's what I thought. That, like they'd already planned exactly how it was going to happen. And how they were going to do it.
Yeah.
It was too much flash. With the umbrellas and everything to be just a spur of the moment change.
Oh yeah, and just the way that they would like switch the people out. Okay, you come over here, and then they would come up and do not engage. Do not engage. Like we weren't saying anything. They don't want anybody to talk. Do not engage.
So why were they there?
Right. No one was allowed to speak.
Basically, if you had a cell phone, you were scrutinized.
We were the enemy just as soon as I walked in there because I had a camera.
That's what I'm saying. So what did they expect to accomplish when everybody that walked in there with a camera was suspect? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what threw me for a loop. Really threw me for a loop. It got me thinking. Something's not right with this picture.
Well, you know what the funny part was? My friend was there. His camera wasn't even videotaping, but he was walking around holding it up like he was live streaming.
I know, I saw that.
They had no clue.
Didn't have any idea.
Nope, they chased him all over that courtyard.
If I'd have said, if I was him, I would have ducked in around that umbrella and poked that camera around at him. All kinds of stupid stuff, probably.
Well, but see, they were just waiting for an opportunity so they could call the police.
I think he pretty much. Yeah, well, as long as he's on the sidewalk, he could, be close without getting right in their face with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Turn around and get the camera by their, like you got their face or something. But I don't understand why are you so ashamed to show your face, let it known who you are, what you really stand for? What?
Right.
Are they all wanted somewhere else, or what's the deal? I don't know.
I don't know.
That's what gets me is why. Yeah, why they don't want to show who they are or stand up for what they're talking about.
Yep, they definitely don't want to show their face.
They want to be animated, but they don't want to be real.
Yeah, yeah.
Where we get out there and we're ourselves, we do our own thing, we say our thing, and that's it. We believe it, we do it, we show it. But they're like acting a part or getting paid for a part. And I say the second one's probably the most likely to getting paid for the part. They don't even really know what's going on. They're just following orders.
Yeah, because why else would you go and not speak? Don't engage. They're like the first line of protecting the people that's like down front. All the ones that I had an encounter with. So, yeah, I think they were paid. I think they were professional.
Yeah. They knew what they were doing. They knew it before it happened. How it was going to be, and given their orders, instructions, or even practice to who knows. It was just too good, too neat.
Yeah.
To me,
I agree.
That was my thought when I got home. I'm thinking, wow. Boy, we were suckered.
No, not at all. But they, but they wasted their time because I had to laugh to myself because my tripod extended up. Now, I know the view wasn't good because I couldn't see what I was aiming at, but they thought.
Well, you were good up high. You were good up high. Yeah, okay. I thought, wow, that's good. She's above all of it there.
Yeah,
But
because
then
they
they
thought
made
they were going to get me. And I'm like, I'm going to shoot it up there. I don't care if they can see anything or not. I'm going to show them that they're not going to stop me.
Yeah. And the
So,
last time we could stand on that stuff, you know, we could
oh,
stand on cops
the
and everybody.
artwork. Yeah. They had a friend. He's the one who, he was sweet too. He come out, you can't stand on the artwork. And then they go, they got in trouble. I said, I didn't get in trouble.
Not a boo boo.
I know. They thought it
Not a
was so
boo boo.
funny.
Oh yeah.
That
I
was
loved it when you
childish.
got up there high. I said, that's the way.
That was childish.
Uh-huh. It sure was.
But they're
Well,
all young. They're all young.
they are
Probably all less than 20.
probably, yeah, all in college, probably maybe UCF. They probably hired them out there at UCF.
They may not even been from there. Who knows?
It could, yeah, it could be anywhere really. That's
They
why I
say
say
that
be interested to have people that they don't know who wouldn't be around the rallies or whatever. Watch to see where they went afterwards. You know, document it.
Yeah, they say that that bicycle guy is a trust fund baby. So he doesn't have to work. He just does this.
Okay, he just does the rallies and stuff.
Well, he's an instigator. Yeah.
Instigator, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Puts it
So,
all together.
well, he's just there. He's one of the ringleaders in the, I won't say troublemakers, but he's an instigator in the whatever's going down.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't know that, but he was recognized. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
I'm wondering if this thing coming up next week. I haven't even looked at it that much. What was it?
There's just something else on Saturday, I think.
Saturday. Yeah, yeah. I hadn't looked at it that good, but it was, what is it? More like didn't look like I was already. Let me look here. I'll get to my page. Slow. I put it on here. Oh, I had to go back in my phone and look. I don't have it on my page. But it looked like it was more or less a question and answer type thing. Am I right? I don't know. I'm looking, but I can't find it. He must have sent me. He must have sent a email. I'll look it up later. Well, I know you probably had to get up early in the morning, right? Are you there? Hello? Looks like I lost Aruba. I don't hear. I don't hear. I didn't mute it, did I? No. Okay, well, I think we should call it a night. And think about it, people. Think about what's going on. Let's get the word out. Help us get the word out. For God and country, everything helps. Everything matters. Everything. We got to do it. We got to help each other. Stand united. Stand strong. Go out and face it like we've never faced anything before in our lives. Get out there and do it and not be afraid, because there's nothing to fear but fear itself. But trust in the Lord, listen to what He tells you, and we can get it done. We can get it done. Thank you too, Aruba. I enjoyed it so much. We got in a lot of people's heads. They'll remember us. They'll think back. Maybe somebody was trying to make it the way they wanted to do it or not out there. Maybe we helped them decide not to do it again. Who knows? We don't know everything in these manners. We just have to do what God tells us to do, and what our own hearts tell us to do. Anyway, till next time, God bless America. God bless our troops. God bless you. I love each and every one of you. Y'all go out there, spread the word, spread it. Like, share, subscribe. Let's get her done. And when you talk to your live streamers, tell them thank you. Show your appreciation. Tell them thank you. Love you guys. Good night.